It's Wednesday morning in the fabulous Florida Keys. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty. It's definitely going to be a cold one in the Keys this morning. I got up about 5 o'clock to take my dog for my walk along the beach, and I looked at my phone app. It was 62 degrees out, and they're saying it's only supposed to get colder as the day goes on. Usually as we get closer to noon, it gets warmer, but they're talking 60 degrees, possibly even upper 50s, which is extremely cold for the Keys. However, it's great weather for house hunting, and that's what we're here to do. This is my morning market MLS update video I do every day right about this same time. I report all the new listings in Key West and the Lower Keys that have come on the market in the last 24 hours. If you watch this video every day, you'll be ahead of most buyers. You'll know about all the new listings from Big Pine Key down to Key West the same day the realtors find out about them. You can also get a much more detailed description of these listings, including photographs, if you follow my blog, keywestinvesting.com. I'll put that web address in the description down below. There's a lot more information on the blogs, a lot more details about the individual homes, any unique features the home might have, photos of the inside of the home, photos of the outside of the home. If the home happens to be waterfront or happens to have a pool, there'll be photos of the water view, photos of the boat dockage, photos of the pool. It's just a lot more information than I can cram into a couple-minute quick YouTube video. Again, that web address is keywestinvesting.com, and it's updated every day from the Florida Keys multiple listing service, including photographs. If you like this video and you want to stay current with what's being listed in the Keys every day at what price, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do a video just like this every morning. And while you're subscribing, if you can just click that thumbs up like symbol down below, that helps my channel grow. It'll help me out a lot. You'll be doing me a favor. We have 7 new listings to talk about today. Before I tell you about the new listings, there's too many lawyers in the state of Florida, and they got to make me cover the boring legal stuff. The information I'm about to give you comes directly from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. I'm not claiming any of these listings to be my own listings. I'm not accepting any responsibility for the information in the listings. I'm not accepting any responsibility if there's any inaccuracies in the information I give you. I'm simply reading it to you right from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. The first one we have is a house in Key West's Newtown neighborhood on 17th Street. I've been in this house several times. I know the former owners pretty well. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 1,943 square foot house. They have a beautiful pool in the backyard. It's a resort style pool. Big privacy hedges around it. You can't see the pool anywhere. The neighbors can't see it. It's in an excellent location, all upscale homes. It's being offered at $1,050,000, which is an extremely low price for a house of this nature with a pool and that size in that neighborhood. Then we go to Riviera Drive in Key West's Newtown neighborhood. We have a kind of unique house. This one's one of the few houses in Key West on a boating canal. There's only one working canal system in all of Key West, so the houses in the canal are few and far between. So it's also a big house. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,268 square foot house. It has a beautiful pool right on the water looking at the canal, so you can have the best of all the Florida Keys worlds. You can sit in the pool or lay in the sun by the pool and watch the boats go by, or you can jump in your boat and go out for a day on the water to play. And it's a beautiful home in a very upscale, very high-end neighborhood. This is one of the nicer houses we have today. It's being offered at $1,875,000, which is extremely low for a house of this nature on the water in Key West. Then we go up to Cudjoe Key to an area called Venture Out. If you watch any of my videos regularly, you know I'm really not a fan of Venture Out. Venture Out's a gated mobile home community. The biggest feature of Venture Out, the most desirable thing people buy it for, is a vacation investment income property. They have licenses called the transient license that you can rent one day at a time, where the majority of unincorporated Monroe County, which is the Lower Keys, is a 28-day minimum rental period by law. If you go to Key West, it's a 30-day minimum rental period by law, but this one you can rent out one night at a time. That being said, it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 816 square foot mobile home. They actually raised the price in less than 5 days in the market. It was originally listed at $569,000. Now it's listed at $559,000, which is just a little bit too much money for a mobile home for my liking, but that's just my opinion. A lot of people love venture out. There's a lot of people that own 5, 6, 7 units in there, but I've run the numbers on couple of dozen of them. I have one buyer that wants to buy anything with a transient license, and then after we looked at venture out, he amended that. He wants to buy anything with a transient license except for venture out. Your gross return is about 4.5%. Some of the higher end ones will be 5%. But then when you figure your net, your management fees are 20% right off the top. Your HOA fees, your insurance, your taxes, your water bill, your electric bill, your cleaning fees, your general wear and tear and maintenance on the property. Then you got to allow for probably about a 15 to 20% vacancy downtime. If you're lucky, you'll net 3%. Most of them are between 2.25% and 2.5%. You could put that same money in a CD in a bank with no risk whatsoever of damage to the home and make a higher cash on cash ROI than you would with the venture out figures. So personally, I don't care for venture out, but that's just my opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. Then on Summerland Key on Ocean Drive, we have a great house. This is probably in my opinion, the best deal we have today. Summerland Key is one of the more desirable keys in the lower keys because it's about a 20 or so, 25-minute ride to Key West. It's close to a couple of nice restaurants. It's close to the grocery stores. It's a very quiet neighborhood. But also it has very deep water boating. You can get some big boats in there. I've seen 50 and 60-foot boats coming in and out of Summerland Key with no problem whatsoever. And Ocean Drive is one of the premier streets on Summerland Key. So you have a house on one of the nicer streets on one of the nicer islands on the canal with deep water boating. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 992 square foot house, and it's being offered at $1,099,000, which is an absolute steal. Then on Big Pine Key on Avenue D, we have a mobile home. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 840 square foot mobile home. It's being offered at $425,000. It's on a very large lot of land for the mobile homes. Most of the mobiles are on smaller lots of land, and this one's on a 5,000 square foot lot of land with the lower keys. Standard lot is either 5,000 square foot or 6,000 square foot. What a lot of people are doing is they're buying the trailers and coming in and knocking the trailers down and putting up a house. That way they get their house up without having to go through the other 2, maybe 3-year waiting period of the ROGO system. The building permits and the keys are given out on the ROGO system. ROGO is Rate of Growth Ordinance. If you just take a raw piece of land and apply for it, you're looking at least 2, maybe 3 years, unless you're willing to pay a couple $100,000 for your building permit. Then you can get it in less than a year. But this one, they have what they call a ROGO exempt letter. If you can prove there was at one point in time a residential dwelling on the property, you get a ROGO exempt letter, and you can put your house up in probably 5 or 6 months from start to finish. Here's your key, move in. Even still, at $425,000, I won't say this is overpriced, but it's definitely on the high end. But it's a great opportunity if you want to get a low-price house in the Keys. And if you look at the pictures on the blog, keywestinvesting.com, you'll see it's certainly perfectly fine. You could live in it as is, but I think more than likely whoever buys this one probably will buy it to knock it to the ground and end up putting up a brand new house. Then they'll have a brand new house that meets all the current insurance codes. The insurance will be less money because it meets all the building codes, and we'll have a nice, beautiful, brand new house at a low price. Also in Big Pine Key on East Cahill Court, we have a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,168 square foot house. East Cahill Court is probably on the best canal system Big Pine Key has. It goes right out into Newfound Harbor. There's no bridges to go under. Newfound Harbor is the deepest, widest boating channel in all of the lower Keys. And if you want to go into the backcountry, which I find the backcountry boating to be the most beautiful boating we have in the Keys, you have the flats, you're in anywhere from a foot to 3 feet of water. You see the tarpon turning, you'll see the sea turtles out there, you'll see the sharks, the bonefish. There's a lot of beautiful barren islands and sandbars where people will just go beach their boat and have an afternoon cookout or an afternoon cocktail party on the water. It's a lot of fun. This one's being offered at $1,450,000, which is an extremely low price for a house this size on East Cahill Court. That you can't beat the boating. Also on Big Pine Key on Cypress Drive, there's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,048 square foot house. It's also on a canal. This one's being offered at $825,000, which is a very good price for a canal front home anywhere in the Florida Keys. The only downside of this is you do have to go under a fairly low bridge to get out to the open ocean. So you have plenty deep water boating in there, but you're constrained by your height. Anything with a T-top or a tower isn't going to work there. If you have a bimini top that you can take down, or if you don't have a top on it at all, you can get a pretty good-sized boat in there. But $825,000 for a house on a boating canal. It's a very good boating system. The canal goes right out into Pine Channel, which is deep water boating. You get right out to the ocean offshore, or you can get to the backcountry real easy. It's definitely worth taking a look at this price. That's all we have for today. If you want to take a look at any of these homes or any home anywhere in the Florida Keys, give me a call at 305-731-0501. And don't forget to check out my blog, keywestinvesting.com. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty.